Well, for more, let's bring in NewsNation political editor Chris Steyerwalt. Chris, thank you for being here. Let's get right to the meat of this. Let's talk about what we can expect from the former president tomorrow. Is it going to be all stump speech? Is it going to be attacks on his competitors? Is it going to be a little bit of all of that?
Well, like any oldies act, Donald Trump plays the hits, right? So the audience knows what to expect from him. He'll give them what they want. This is his event. It's there for him. These folks are for him. This is a really easy crowd. You know, he riffs. He does a lot of riffing as he goes through, but he'll hit the main points. It'll be his thing. He will predictably go on too long because he can never seem to let a rapt crowd go. But I don't expect any surprises.
All right. So Ron DeSantis, kind of anticipated to be his biggest competitor, who has not yet thrown his hat in. But what is the logic behind not attending? Does he already know potentially that he has support from that Republican base? What is he thinking?
So there's a bunch of different groups in the Republican base. This is not a good place for Ron DeSantis to go. And as Nikki Haley found out, you had to feel bad for her there in her response. But as Nikki Haley and Mike Pompeo found out in their visits there, this is Trump's event. This is for him. And treating it like it's not makes, especially when they both went and tried to take swipes at Trump without saying his name. It was really awkward. Not an effective use of their time, not an effective use of the presence. If you're DeSantis, you know Trump's going to win the straw poll that they hold there. You know Trump is going to be the big speaker. You let him have it, and you don't compete for it, and you focus on doing what DeSantis is doing, which is trying to broaden his base of appeal into states like Texas and with the donors he's going to need to mount a challenge to Donald Trump.
I mean, think about it, Chris. He's not there. We're still talking about him. His name is still out there. DeSantis traveling to key cities and states. He just released this new book. He's very much increasing his national presence. At what point is he going to announce his candidacy?
Well, I think the timetable that he put out there, which puts him in the race late May, early June, is probably good enough. We're in the pre-primary right now, and DeSantis is in a position different from almost anybody in recent political history, which is to say he's there. You have to treat Trump functionally as an incumbent inside the Republican Party. That's how much control he has. That's the dominating role that he has. So for DeSantis to basically be on par with Trump at this point, look, the others he is going to get eaten alive by ducks for a little while, as the Haleys or the Pompeos or whomever pick up a point here or pick up a point there. For DeSantis, as long as he is at rough parity with Trump or at least within striking distance, I think he can wait a little bit longer before he has to get in and start quacking with the rest of those ducks. He can enjoy this little slightly different position that he has right now.
Chris Steyerwalt, always having the best analogies. I love it. And it looks like he may agree with you because he's certainly not getting in yet. NewsNation political editor Chris Steyerwalt, we thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.